Greetings, my fellow farmyard animals of the internet. Join me, the wielder of sheep, as we try something new. I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, but every time I come to it I just end up playing the game instead. That's right, something other than Robocraft. Let's get into it. Well, okay. This is a new game recently announced by FreeJam, and from what I can tell it's mainly headed by Rich Turner, the design jammer, and his team. Also, a quick shout out to my homeboy Ryan, aka Shep Jammer in the house, who was involved with much of the early VFX work on this game, such as the creatures, gathering, the mining, and the fire animations. Good work, gang. Right now, for the equivalent of 5 shiny pounds, you can become a founder and get some cool perks and status. All the details can be found on the CardLife website and the forum in the description below. For now there isn't much content, but you can play single player or in one of the 10 available online servers. Me and a bunch of guys from Robocraft are over there in server 2 doing something, not really sure what's going on, but it's a bit of a laugh, it's free for all, and I'm sure it'll all come together in the end. It's nice to see some friendly faces over there and try something new, without the predispositions, shall we say, from Robocraft. So here's my first impressions, suggestions, and bug report. Obviously inspired by a certain well-known block-based open-world building game, CardLife adds its own style and build mechanics. The unique selling point of this game, that's the right jargon, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Is the card cutting and design aspect. You start by drawing your own character template, which is cool. Of course, I suddenly had to learn how to draw a sheep. If only I could somehow be more fluffy. All of the parts function the same, but you are free to craft them however you like. You just need the right ingredients in your inventory for the template, and then you either follow the dots on the default design, or draw an outline however you want, so just go crazy. Full disclosure, I have never played Minecraft, and I have no intention of doing something so mainstream. On the plus, I've got fresh eyes on this. The thing I like about FreeJam is its main ethos, and as far as I've read somewhere, it's about user-generated content, and this game is exactly that. So I'm looking forward to see what develops and what people will do with it. When you first join the server, you'll see this huge, and not at all phallic, tower that Gotcha made. And of course somebody tried to do better and build a stairway into the heaven, but what I really like is Limoncello's ski lodge here. After chopping down some trees and harvesting some berries, the first thing I did was build a nice 2 up, 2 down hunting lodge, parasiting Gotcha's stone walls for the back. Thanks mate. Then I died a couple of times to the local wildlife, because they decided to move in. I think their spawn points are a bit close and should perhaps change with the proximity to the buildings people build. And so, after getting a bit fed up with that, I decided to move on down the valley, to pastures new, somewhere I could be free to express my creative self, let my sheepy wings fly free, and behold my large giant stone sheep. Of course that was the first thing I was going to build, and I've also got a bit of a tower going on, but we'll talk about that later. As well as being a very fluffy and cozy home for me, the sheep stands guard over my mine shaft. That basically I dug straight through into the mountain. Come with me as we take the guided tour. Forgive the mess, but one day this will be a fortress. And so, we arrive at the first antechamber, where you are presented with a choice. Heaven, hell, or straight up into the back of the sheep. Let's go have a look at him. Inside we have our precious stores for our tools, food, and all the ore we're going to mine. And we even got a little bed for respawning and a bit of comfort. If we go upstairs, this is the party room. Nice and very airy, good view. At some point I'll get around to decorating. We can go into the head, down into the eyes, and have a look around our kingdom. Very nice. And we can pop out the tail onto the mountain. Better lock up after ourselves. Beautiful to watch the sunset from up here. And with a quick jump, we're back to where we started. As you can see, I'm working on a new tower, the likes of which no one will have seen before. Well, probably won't be long before someone would build something bigger and better. Alternatively, we can go to hell, If you just come with me down my long staircase to hell, we'll get there eventually. Then hopefully I'll find some plutonium or the highest ores. At the moment I've got to titanium. It gets a bit dark and lonely down here, and it's an excellent place to come across some bugs, such as this blue weird rendering thing. And once we're at the bottom, try not to fall into a cavern which you can't get out of. I think we need a bit of light down here. Seeing how addictive it is to dig, I'll get there eventually. Who knows what we'll find. And the next big project is a stairway to heaven, right to the top of the mountain, straight through it rather than going around. We're going to get so much stone out of this, and yeah, if you want to help me out with this and share the burden and collect the resources which you can use for your own projects, feel free to look me up and I'll let you in. I'll pay you in higher end ores so that you can build even faster. It's in a good location, and location is everything. I've got wood, berries around aplenty, a nice Mount Rushmore style thing to build on, and the locals seem friendly enough. Maybe that big pack of wolves over there will want to be my friend. To find me, just follow the stone roads I built. We gotta make this server look like it's been lived in. You can come and stroke my sheep if you like. He's very friendly and fluffy. Oh, hello neighbour. Don't mind me. And of course, the top of the tower, I already built a stairway to the clouds. It was a lot of fun. It lonely up there. Yep, one day all this will be mine. Anywho, let me know if you're interested in this game. I'll probably do updates on the game as it progresses, whether you want me to or not. Since the announcement of the game, there have been good updates every Thursday, and they seem to be planned for every week. The devs seem open and receptive to new ideas, and are constantly collecting bug information. I have already seen in the past 2 weeks a big improvement in optimization and gameplay feel. Recently, we got these decorative items which really bring the room together. Very, very homely. And useful things, like crates, for storing excess items. Don't worry, I think this is as close as we'll ever get to loot crates. Look me up if you want to help with the project or want to get into CardLife. I think the Discord group will grow and some cool stuff will eventually come out of this. Of course, it's not the most competitive game, no tryhards here, but to be honest, an old man like me needs some peace and quiet, and a blank canvas to play with. Seriously. As soon as I can, I'm building a drone. CardLife has huge potential, and here I'm going to suggest some things that I'd like to see in future updates. Many people have said this, and I'm going to say it again. At some point, it would be great to be able to paint the cards with colours like in Robocraft. But this would only make sense if it was available just to the wooden parts. Better physics would be awesome. So if, like, I build a tower and I take out the bottom, the whole thing should come down, no? Or, you know, you could collapse a mine shaft, or, you know, half the side of a cliff or something, just by taking out the bottom. At the moment, you just get weird situations like this. HUD off. I love it in Robocraft, and eventually I want to see it here in CardLife. I need the prettiness. Also, it makes it easier to advertise the game. And yeah, it's a no-brainer. Mirror mode. How did we ever play Robocraft without it? Same applies here. And now for some funny bugs that I noticed, which no new game would be half complete without. Firstly, the main bug I discovered comes from trying to build underground. As you can see by this mine shaft, I did a bit of experimenting. Sometimes when placing a building part such as a foundation or a wall using the socketing feature, I get instantly teleported to the surface. It's very strange and a little bit annoying. This game still needs a fair bit of optimization, as you kind of need to have a high-end computer to get it to run really smoothly, which unfortunately I don't. But that said, with every update I've seen this improved, so it's only a matter of time. Rather annoyingly, every time you log in you don't have your toolbar loadout saved. Call it a quality of life feature. So here's a weird placement bug. I cut out my card as I want to use, and then I try to place it, and sometimes the cardboard wall thing appears where I want it to, and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes I get only the bit that I cut out, as in the inverse of what I was expecting, which is very strange, but the hitbox is still there for the place part. So anyway, as you can see, something's not right here. So here's the thing, in digging my mine shaft I got a little bit overzealous and decided I needed to cover it up a little bit. So I dropped some dirt and rock around the outside of it to cover it, and yeah, then you go back inside and you can see here I'm mining away what I placed because it's sticking through the wall, which is just unsightly. The way the animals move around and interact is a little bit off. I can be attacked in my own house and through walls, but they won't follow me onto staircases or onto my brick road, for example. Unpacking while being attacked is very annoying because you are basically dead because you can't attack back. As an extension of the building bug, when it does work and I place, for example, some stairs here, look, go straight into the rock. And oh, there I am. Yep, I'm in the I am the mountain. I can see it all, but I think I'm stuck. Let's try to dig the way out of here. Oh, that just makes it worse. Yeah, this isn't fun. Help. And sometimes you'll find while you're digging that the sky, ground, sun thing joins you, and it can be very blinding and off-putting. There seems to be an issue with the light going dark when going into a small hole while still being light outside. So you can see here I can see the open sky, but I'm in a hole and it gets very dark when you shouldn't do. It's a bit weird. There's this strange blue texture I discovered when I got really deep. I guess that's a rendering issue or something. And finally, please nerf my OP girlfriend, because she's interfering with my gameplay and not appreciating that I am a geek with a new game. Seriously, until I have a shed at the bottom of my own very long garden, FreeJam will be my outlet. And with that I think it's best that I sign off and get on with my life. But I'll be back. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see. Like this video if you're interested in CardLife, and subscribe to let me know that you want more. Let's get a CardLife community going. Ciao for now.